Wondering how to make money on Fiverr without a skill? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. We're going to talk about in details every single thing that you need to make money on Fiverr without a skill. So you should be sure that you subscribe to this channel for future updates, and then like this video so that I can be uploading more, and YouTube can push this as far as possible. And then comment. All right, comment your thoughts, comment your challenges, then we'll address in the next video. So let's talk about how to make money on Fiverr without a skill, or even if you have a little skill. Let's jump right into the video right now. Making money on Fiverr can be a lot more simple when you understand what you're doing, but when you don't understand what you're doing, or you could actually understand what you're doing, but you might not understand the way it works. But when you understand the way it actually works, you can actually make a whole lot of money off Fiverr. And a lot of persons are like, okay, I don't have a skill, I don't know what to do. All right, there are some skills that you actually need to make money on Fiverr that literally take in less than 1 week or in less than 48 hours to learn them perfectly well. And most skills that need you to make money on Fiverr that a lot of persons are searching for, they are totally, a skill. They are totally a skill that every other person actually know. Like you know it right now. You know how to handle everything. All right. Imagine somebody hire you to be a virtual assistant. Like, okay, they hire you to look after a baby virtually. Now, do you need a skill to be looking at a baby that is dead? All right, the only skill that you need there is to be attentive to what actually is happening there. All right, so now that is just some few things that we're just going to mention, some few things that you're going to need, all right, to actually start making money on Fiverr. I know a lot of persons are already signed up onto Fiverr and they are having some hard time, getting some people to, to pay on their gig on or bid on their gigs, and that's because there are the reviews, or maybe whatever they have there is not actually appealing. All right, so I'm going to show you some tips that I have actually applied and they've actually worked for me. All right, you might be wondering why I'm wearing a hat and a shirt and another inner shirt. Here is really cold in Port Harcourt. Even if you're not wondering, I just wanted to tell you guys. All right, you're my communities, I should talk to you. All right, so let's just check it out right now. First of all, you want to talk about how to sign up to Fiverr, and if you don't have an account with Fiverr, I've provided a link below the description of this video that you can actually use to sign up an account with on Fiverr. And like we know, all right, like most of y'all should know, Fiverr is the biggest virtual freelance workspace, all right, in the world, all right. So there's no service that you look for, a virtual service that you cannot find on Fiverr. All right. Alongside Fiverr, there are some other places like Upwork and Paper, and there are so many other ones right now. But Fiverr is the biggest. All right. So having a space on Fiverr and having people, patronize you and patronizing your services is really amazing. And the good thing about being patronized or being doing freelancing on Fiverr is once one person patronizes you and then gave you a good review, like gave you a 5-star, all right, and then the others just keep coming in, all right, especially in that line where the previous person patronized you. And when one person patronizes you, and let's say the service is a kind of recurring service, the person is about to always keep coming back, all right. Let's say we're talking about like articles writing and stuff like that, the person will always keep coming back, all right, because the first time you gave them a quality work, so they don't want to get back to another person and start introducing themselves to that person, all right. So that's how amazing it is. So now take a look at how to sign up on Fiverr. It's very simple. Now after signing up a main account, now the next thing you need is to sign up for the skilled account, like to be a freelancer, which is what you need to start making money on Fiverr, and then setting up the gig. All right, if I go through the whole process, to be a very long video, and I don't want that to be too long, so I'm going to talk about it. I'm just going to be snappy about that and then make videos. I've made videos on some other part of this. All right, so you be sure that you check them out, and I'm going to be making a lot of videos on this, so you be sure you check them all out. All right, so now we're going to talk about those skills that you don't actually have, all right, or how to manipulate yourself to start making huge amount of money on Fiverr. All right, so let's just check some of them out right now. All right, so copywriting tools is one of those tools that a lot of persons have used to make a lot of money online on Fiverr, all right, especially freelancers, all right. A lot of freelancers are using that to make a lot of money because that's a lot of potential. There's a lot of ways that you can, perform copywriting. You could write articles for a website, you could write articles, for a blog or vlog or whatever. So you could literally do a lot when it comes to copywriting. And these days, there are a lot of tools online that help, when it comes to copywriting, and most of them you can use an AI right now nowadays to write those articles. All right. So if you are wondering, okay, I'm not good at writing for long or something, there are actually AI online that could be very helpful, and you could actually grab articles related to what you want to write about, and if they actually talks about what you want to write about, and then be able to spin them using what we call spinboard, and they use duplicate checker to check if those articles have some plagiarism in them or not. And another tool that can be helpful in that is Grammarly. See, Grammarly is a very popular tool that everyone needs, when you're writing articles online. So you don't need to, proofreading the entire article does not give you a lot of work. You just need to just Grammarly just highlight them out and then check your grammar structure and everything. So copywriting these days doesn't need much skills. It just understand what you want to write about. The basic knowledge of English you have is enough for you to be able to, do copywriting. All right. So copywriting is number one skill. All right. Being an interpreter is another skill. All right. Interpreting, let's say translating, or you can call it translator, interpreting or translating. So you can actually translate from French to English, English to French, and you don't need to understand French, or from or let's say another language, like let's say Brazilian language or any language around in the world. All right. So you can translate from those languages to English, or from English back to those languages, and you don't need to understand those languages for you to do that. And a lot of persons are using that to make a lot of money on Fiverr without understanding how to do translation or stuff like that. So all you just need to do is go to your Google and check Google Translator, and there's a whole lot of options there. All right. Even if you don't understand the language, once you just paste the words in there, and then it will restructure it for you. It will select the language the particular language that particular write-up belongs to, and then up you go. You can translate a whole lot of articles for somebody. So the number three is video editor. You see that video editing is a very important skill for anyone who actually is trying to bring out content online for people. All right, a lot of you guys are not into content creation, but somebody like me, I need video editing as a skill. Like this video was edited. All right, so now it's very simple to learn video editing, and except you are going into the complex part, there are some complex part of video editing. All right, as you grow, it grow along with you. So these things can actually be learned for free. All right, if you're following up my YouTube channel by now, you should know some places where you can get some of this lesson for free. All right, I make most videos. If you check some of my playlists, all right, on this channel, you see I make most videos on about tools like about how to edit videos. All right, and then using your mobile phone and then using your desktop. So, and there's a lot of videos, free videos that are already on YouTube on how to edit video properly. All right, so video editing has what you just need to understand is just a cut and join, and then adding some flexible part within the video, and then adding your own style, and that's all you need. And then up you go, edit videos to people. There's a lot of YouTubers that are out there that don't have time, influencers that don't have time to do that. So you do that for them, and then you make money from that, right? The next one is proofreading articles. There's a lot of people out there that already have a lot of articles that they want to put out, and then they need someone to proofread those articles for them. All right, being a proofreader means that you just have to go through the article that's already written and then check if there's any grammatical error, which you can do with your Grammarly. It's still part of copywriting. You can do with your Grammarly, and you can just get some of those things and then get them up and running. So proofreading article is one of it. So text to video editor kind of content is a kind of content that is a very simple thing to do. All right, all you just need to use whatever text that they've provided for you. You just need to copy it and paste it on the software that will convert all the entire text to a video. And within the video, within the video already created by the software, you can actually edit it or place some pictures, some specific picture and stuff like that. All right. And some of those tools that could be used for text to videos, there are a lot of tools online, and most of them are paid and most of them are free. All right, I'm going to share with you some free ones that you can use, and that is InVideo. InVideo is one great tool that you can use to convert your text to video. Probably you can offer to add a voice to it for them. All right, that's if they prefer you to add a voice. So that is if you want to be reading the text, or if you want another person or another voice to be reading the text. There's also a different options for that. There are so many options, that so many software online that you can use to convert text to voice and then upload it and attach it to the video. All right, so that is one great way to actually make money without needing so much skill. You just need to do copy the text, paste it, the software convert it, download it, and send it. Finished. One of the first skills I mentioned here was virtual assistance. Virtual assistance is one great. It's not. They don't need much skills. Most persons. All right. Most persons, they are so busy. Like some of these celebrities, they need virtual assistance. Someone who can assist them on their social media pages, managing their pages like their Facebook, their Instagram, their Twitter, and they have millions and millions of followers. So they need someone to assist them, or someone they need assistance, or someone to watch over their children for them. So something of that sort. All right. And these days, virtual assistant is very simple because there are some tools that you can actually use to actually help yourself. Like I made a video about business, Facebook/Instagram business, some days ago. All right, and that's one great tool that if someone needs you to be keeping their pages busy, actually you can make all the posting. You can make a post for an entire month in a day. All right, in a day, in just a few hours, and then at those time the posts will be going off on their own. That's what we call scheduling posts, and it makes things easier for you. All right, so you can actually manage a lot of persons and pages with just schedule. All right, so it's great. Check it out. Graphic designers are making a whole lot of money because this skill is top notch. Like if you understand how to design a picture, mix picture, make a great banner or stuff like that, you have a good skill. All right, and you can actually work anywhere or work from anywhere as long as you have your laptop or your computer or your phone, even your mobile phone with you, because there's a lot of sophisticated software right now that runs on mobile phone that you can actually use to do some graphic design. Something like what do they call that one? Is it Canva? Canva has a lot of template that you can actually work with. All right, a lot of template. But if you are designing from scratch or you're editing picture from scratch, there's a lot of tools that you can actually use. So one of those mobile editors is Snapseed. You can use it to edit pictures and a lot of great stuff like that. And we have Photoshop. So if you can, those things, the tutorial are already online on YouTube or some other great channels or some other great website, and they are all totally free. You can actually take within a week or within 48 hours to learn them and get started with them, and then be able to design great banners. Or you could actually use Canva that has a lot of templates to actually design great pictures or great banners for people and maybe for their social media. And then you could actually be a standard designer for somebody, and then the person will keep ordering and ordering your design. All right, so you don't need too much skill. All right, what you just need is to be creative about this whole thing, and then off you go. Do you know that most persons are making good sum of money for reviewing a product for somebody or reviewing a product for a company? Like someone might send you, let's say, a ring, like this ring now, and then now I have to put it on and feel it and feel like, okay, this is good. All right, but you need to work a little bit more on the rim. The edges of the rims is a bit uh, rough, all right, and then they get your review and then they work on that and then they pay you for reviewing that product, and most times you get to keep some of those products. So reviewing products or reviewing a software or reviewing a website, all right, you can be a professional reviewer, and then this one you can call it a product tester, all right, or website tester. So you can be a tester and then you get paid for that. That service too exists on Fiverr. Blockchain development is one of the sharpest technology that is bringing around the world right now, and it's very simple to work around with. So someone might need you to design or develop let's say an exchange website, or let's say what a website, an exchange website, or something blockchain blockchain website for them. And these are some of the things that you can literally do by just installing WordPress and then installing a kind of some of those software that are, some of them are free, some of them are paid for within the WordPress plugin. All right, depending on what the person's need. All right, maybe it's just like a wallet or like an exchange or something, and then you just do that and off you go. Or someone might need you to design an investment website. So this is something you can actually just install with WordPress, install whatever parameter that they need. Some of them are paid for, and then you charge them a huge sum of money. It could be about $1,000, $500 or more. All right, depending on how complex the work is. All right, most of these things you can run them as a demo by yourself, and if you can actually run them and then see how successful it goes, then you can actually put off that service and do it for somebody. And you don't need any single knowledge of coding. Most of these things are already, some of the tutorial are already on this YouTube here. All right, you don't need single knowledge of coding. All right. Talking about something software testing before now, so you just get paid for testing software, and that's all, nothing much. Initially I made mention of photo editor. You could actually be paid to edit photos or to design photos and some of those things, or design great stuff. So you don't need much skills on that as well. All right, you can actually just use some great software like I've mentioned earlier on to run this. All right, or you can make your own personal research, and that's all. If you have great skills, like you could mentor somebody to do something successfully, and most of you are great teachers, like you can teach somebody something and the person will be able to execute that thing successfully. All right, these are all skills that this you can start an online coaching. You can coach somebody on that particular thing that you know. Or it could be a motivation, it could be a skill, it could be a forest skill, it could be a video editing skill, whatever skill that may be. All right, you actually mentor somebody online via Fiverr, and people, there are a lot of persons that are looking for someone to be their mentor, to mentor them, right? So you can actually be a mentor to somebody, and then people order you for a service, right? Have you ever run a successful Facebook or Google ads by yourself and then it worked out for you, and then people ordered, some few persons ordered? All right, so which means if you have done that, it means that you can actually be a social marketing, you can actually be the social marketing agency for yourself. All right, and if you check on Fiverr or check on Upwork, you discover that a whole lot of persons are making thousands and thousands of dollars off running ads for other persons. All right, online. A lot of persons are there looking, as long as you can be able to optimize the ads such that it brings out great results for whoever you're running it for, then you're good to go. And you can actually learn all these things online on YouTube here. All right, I've made video on some of these things, so if you were actually following me, or you're actually following me all the way, is you should be able to do some of these things. All right, and then the final tips that I have for you here, the final tips is all these little services I've mentioned. There are some other skills that you've identified within your environment and discover that there are people that are actually very good at those skills now, which means that you could post these ads on your Fiverr, and then whenever the services are needed, then you pay the stipend to those persons around you, living around you, and then they perform the services for you, and then you deliver it to the people involved. All right, and then you don't have to do so much work. what you just did, you just serve as a middleman. All right, so that's one great way. This final tips is one great tips that you don't even need to do anything. That you it's like a golden tips that I've given to you guys. So that's something that I do most times too. So please, all right, everybody subscribe to my channel. All right, if you love this video that I just made now, subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment your thoughts, comment if it was helpful enough, and then we'll see you in the next video.